I was walking down the street, feeling kind neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes, as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see the car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. No. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face clapped. taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Welcome back in the building one more evening. I'm your host, Scoop for Justice, here where we live, love, and laugh, and conquer police brutality. And we're in Ohio on tonight. We have a regular accident, car accident, that leads up to a police officer's attack, assault, and brutality. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your wine, get whatever you may need, and let's jump on today's topic. And as my slogan says, be bold, be kind, be brave, and continue to be you. Thanks for joining.
Brooklyn police helped cover up crimes committed by one of their own.
I can tell you, if I want to handle this, I would have put white on it. So he was
Police failed to investigate.
to help you. You got to feel like he's going to help.
Stein pled no contest in Parma Municipal Court today.
He's accused of hitting a man's car and later assaulting him.
Welcome back to the Lackluster Channel. On April 30th of 2025, Juan Wyckoff was driving on Interstate 90 near Brooklyn, Ohio, when a black Chevy Silverado cut across his lane and struck his vehicle. Juan claims the accident was obvious, but the truck did not stop, so he began recording and followed the vehicle. When the truck's operator realized that he was being followed, he took off, racing through town at speeds above 100 miles per hour. As they moved through highway traffic, surface streets, through red lights, and back onto a highway. After several minutes of chasing the truck, Juan backed off, allowing the driver to assume he had lost his tail. Shortly after, the driver pulled into the Brooklyn Police Department, and before the gate could close, Juan sped up, followed him through, and caught up with the plainclothes officer. Juan was unfamiliar with the area and wasn't aware he had even entered the grounds of a police department. He then followed the man to the building, attempting to have him address the accident. The driver of the truck was Brooklyn Police Sergeant Paul Stein. Sergeant Stein attempted to retreat into the building, which is only accessible via a key card. But after a brief struggle, the driver of the truck kicked and assaulted Juan until he was able to get the door shut. After pounding...
All right, y'all. So, shout out to Lackluster. Thank you so much for your content, and we are here to fact check that content, the whole scenario of the storyline, and what took place in this particular incident. All right. So we see it was just a basic car accident. The one driving the truck and the black truck we saw earlier was the police officer. So basically, off-duty police officer swipes this man. So when they get out, pull over to do the accident report, exchange insurance, call backup or other officers active duty on the scene, it turns into a physical altercation as we see right here. All right. So let's fact check every step, every moment, what took place, how it went down, because this officer pays in the end. We are in the state of Ohio on tonight. Thanks for joining. Smash that thumbs up, that like button, and I greatly appreciate your support.
Pounding on the door for somebody to come outside, and receiving no response, Juan hopped a fence to escape the employee parking lot and made his way through the front entrance of the police department. Several officers finally made contact with him, and after hearing his story, they escorted him back to his car.
No one's pulling up on you, dude. Just driving. Relax. We're gonna have to go to the left.
You want to solve this problem? All right, we're gonna solve it. First, let's get your car.
Sir, this is a secured lot. You can't drive that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
Yeah, if you know it's a situation, you wouldn't even have to tell me about it being secure. I just had somebody hit my car. That's a cop. A cop just hit my car.
Okay.
And I just fucking take.
What?
Okay, what?
Is it a black? Is it a black?
The truck is right there.
Hey, we're trying to help you, man.
You're not helping. She asked me.
We're trying to.
What am I stopping? I'm with him. I don't have to stop.
You're not listening.
What am I listening for?
What happened?
A cop hit my car and tried to run on the highway.
Okay, where at on the highway?
Man, I don't know. On the highway. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't say. They just bring him the fuck outside. Cause he fucking wrong. Why? This shit cop. He wrong.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you, who are you talking about? Were they in a cop car? We're in the cop.
In the cop car.
Oh, this is this car.
Yes, and bounce. I was chasing him, calling 911. They said, don't chase him. Why not chase him?
Where's your damage?
Man,
All right.
excuse me. I can't talk to you. I'm not trying to go to jail. I can't talk to you.
No one's going to
I
jail,
don't want
man.
to talk to her no more. Please.
Okay, can I talk to you?
Or you or somebody. If I'm being treated like a suspect,
Hey.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
Hey, look,
I ain't did shit.
Let's start over. My name's Ray.
My name's Juwan.
All right, Joanne, let me talk to you on the side here. Let me just
Look at my suit. Then he fucking hit me.
Okay, let me talk to you.
Tell him keep his uniform. We can talk. I'm so fucking mad.
I got you, Joanne. I hear you, man. Listen, we're here to help you.
I don't feel like I'm getting helped.
I guess he was involved in a crash with Stein's car, and then he followed him into the lot, and Stein had to push him away so he could get in the door.
Joanne, just hear me out 1 second. You gotta understand one thing. We don't know what the fuck happened. All right, hold on.
I wouldn't with no black nigga pull up in here.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter if you black, it don't white, it don't matter.
Yeah, I'm not pulling up to no cop station.
I'm here to help you, man. You don't know me, I don't know you. You know where I come from, I don't know where you come from. All I know is.
All right, so I'm just gonna jump on in the topic right here. Now, my number one first concern is, why is there not a police report being documented? The first thing the resident has a free right to do is file a police report, basic standards, all right, for the accident, what all took place. Now, it sounds like, and we're leading up to the altercation of what all went down, that the officer hit him, ran, he follows the officer in his truck to the police station, and basically he tried to go inside. That's what we're seeing the two square up, the physical contact, where the man here was trying to stop the officers from running from him and going inside the police station, tried to keep the door open, put his foot in the door, and he was physically attacked. So that's what we're foreseeing, all right? But we're going to continue the dialogue to find out the true storyline. But number one rule, why is there not, whatever this man is saying, whatever he said happened and took place from his part, his story, his side of the story, why is it not being reported? You're supposed to have your book out, have your paper, and place it in writing. Another key factor, even though the officer was off duty, right? So that's probably why there's no body cam totally available of the accident. But he runs to the police station, but you're not even on duty for call or for work. All right, so we're just dialoguing of what's going on and checking the storyline. And you, of course, as usual, share your thoughts. Give me 1 second here. I got something popping up on the screen that I will get rid of in just a second. All right. Thanks so much for your patience.
I'm here to help you.
I'm a little upset.
I got you.
Not as him either. He been cool.
Joe.
I can't believe he just did that shit.
Okay, so listen, I'm not picking.
My girl just got this fucking car. I'm sorry. I wish he'd hit my shit.
Let me tell you something. Just because I'm a cop, it doesn't mean that I'm picking sides. I'm here to hear your side.
There's only one side.
So take a second, collect yourself. We're not enemies. We're here to figure out what just happened.
Is this front right?
Yeah.
Front right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Can you at least tell me where at on 4? Is that 480 you said? Do you remember where?
I just got off work from Westlake. I work in Westlake.
Okay.
I don't know. I just probably was on the highway for 4 minutes maybe.
So were you on 90 or 480?
It had to be 480 before it don't 480 go to 90 or something. I'm not sure.
It can. It can. So like 176, 90, 480.
I'm like 2 exits out to Columbia. I can't even think. Bassett and Crocker.
So you ended up here because you followed the car, which was
okay.
Smelling?
Yeah,
I smell it.
which car was the truck?
The truck was running through everything. Lights, shoulder on the highway, cut other people off.
Is it Juwan?
And I don't know how the fuck I ain't flipped this little ass.
So it sounds like the officer was reckless driving. Then he jumping in front of everybody, cutting lanes, running lights, the whole works, just bust wide open during ongoing traffic on the interstate. To the point he's speeding like a bat out of hell. To the point he sideswipes this guy here in his car. All right, but that's number one lie they all first say. We're here to help, but let's see if that's going to backfire. All right, so you decide in the comment section.
Car chasing that motherfucker. Yes.
Okay, is it this? Can you just confirm for me? Is it this damage here, sir?
That shit, man. I got video of him running, chasing him. I called 911. They talking about don't chase him. We can't help you.
Is this it right here, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to grab this.
Okay.
We'll try to get the car out of here.
Is your
I think it's in the door.
is your shoe inside?
No, my shoe was in the door because I was walking with him.
Gotcha.
So we can actually.
Then the motherfucker kicked me.
Okay. Are you okay? Besides, I know you're not okay.
Right.
I know you're.
That motherfucker need to go home.
I hear you.
He don't need to work today, or y'all need to drug test that bitch because that's crazy. He just did like 150, and he thought he lost me, but I reversed and went down the street and seen him make a left. So I was like, okay, but I seen this shit. I never know her, so I'm thinking maybe it's a school.
So I know
He
you're.
tried to close the gate before I get in here.
Can I tell you something, sir?
Let me grab your shoe for starters.
He's gonna get your shoe. Let me tell you, and I know you're very. I know you're very upset. But listen, we can't. If the accident didn't happen in our jurisdiction, we're gonna document that this happened, that you pulled up here and everything like that. But if the accident,
it's the second cop that hit me in the regular car and then bounced on me, and he's not about to get away with this shit. So
I hear
if
you.
Trying to tell me you're not about to help me?
I
Please
hear
leave me
you.
alone.
I do hear you.
You're not trying to help me. Please leave me alone.
I am trying to help
Fuck
you.
him being
I'm
the cop.
still
He's
here.
grown. You're not. You're trying to conserve the issue and make sure it's cool.
Officer Brianna Molnar's expression is about to tell you exactly how she feels about this situation.
So that's not.
With a total of 3.5 years on the job, this is a show of the contempt she's allowed to fester when one of her bosses proves to the world that he is unfit for duty.
He's a wrong fucking.
Exactly. And if the accident did not happen in your jurisdiction, number one, you have to prove that. Number two, physically prove it, right? Logically or legally and binding. And second of all, then why are you out there? Call the proper jurisdiction. Send them out there or send him to the right jurisdiction to take the complaint and the report. So they're already starting off out of compliance and error as if they don't know what they're doing. This is a whole joke, right?
Joanne.
And
Talk to him. Get him out of here. He just committed a fucking crime. What are we talking about?
We're out here talking with you, trying to figure this out.
Talking.
All right, Joanne, hear me out. Look, the reason why she's asking certain questions is because there's two parts happening here, right?
I just do need to be. I want to press charge on him for kicking me. That shit happened here. So check the fucking camera. He talking about 24 hours for the camera. Why?
In order to do that, we need you to write a statement.
Yes.
Okay.
I see you have to write a statement if it's on camera. I shouldn't have to write.
Absolutely, but we also, if you want to be a victim to that crime,
right now, yes,
we do need a statement.
You see, my shoe is in there.
Okay.
In his door.
This officer right here is going to get a statement. Our cruisers are over here, so we got to go. He's got to get a statement pad, and you got to write a statement. Okay.
Girl, I'm so fucking mad. I'm chasing him.
You should have been writing the police report immediately. The moment you went up, you should have been pulling out your pen and your pad, your paper, to file the report of exactly what he said took place as a victim. Another thing, we need to address the officer. Because if this was just two-party people who were not in law enforcement, just me and you, for example, who had a car accident, both parties would be on the scene and we would have two separate officers speaking to each other, right? Or even if it's one officer, one to speak to me, the officer speak to me, then the officer speak to you, right? And file that report and write and document what's being said from both parties. So where's the officer? Now he's missing in action. You know what I'm saying? He kicked rocks and hiding and running in the police station. So what is he running from? Question at hand. And of course, it's not 24 hours to pull up the video. This is the police station. You can pull camera and body footage, camera footage immediately. We know this, right, people? All right, so we're continuing the fact check in the state of Ohio on tonight.
Like, is he about to pull over?
Joanne.
This motherfucker.
Joanne.
Man,
Joanne.
oh, I'm so hot.
Joanne.
I just got off of work, man.
Listen.
You work tonight shift too?
Yes.
Listen. She's the OIC today, which means she's the boss, and that's the reason why she's talking, right? And aside from
what, like, it's more.
I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
I wouldn't even hear about this.
I feel you. There's a lot of people talking to you. There's a lot going on. You heated. It just happened. But there's two parts to this incident, right? There's an actual accident, right? So we need that report also. And there's what happened between you and this officer. So it does help for you to write a written statement. So I'm gonna get that pad. Are you willing to write?
You need to be trying to figure out which officer just went in there. Why? That's what I was going to do.
I know whose truck this is. So
shit crazy.
I already know who it is.
Shit. I'm sorry he don't got no damage, so that means he fucking had to hit me with his tire or something. I swear to God, that motherfucker was all in my ass. And I'm looking like, what is he doing?
Okay.
As soon as I go back, he go around me and just instead of him just giving some face and going in front, he hits me. So I'm like, oh, like you fucking trying to kill me? The fuck?
Joanne,
they gonna look me here like, what are you talking about?
Joanne.
Literally, I know what I'm saying. When I got here and did this, what's wrong? What are you talking about? He gave police mode, and now he's not gonna say shit. Yeah. But that's bullshit, man. You serve the people. That's it. Oh, here it go. Here it go. Here it go.
Yeah, that's why it matches.
He's wrong as fuck. Man.
It matches.
Oh, he wrong. He wrong. And he just.
And so this man right here is pissed because he said this is the second time this happened to him. Not once, but twice. Basically a hit and run by the police. And of course, if that was us and we was chasing someone, that automatically is for an arrest of reckless driving and endangerment of others. So his point he's making is this is the second time this happened to him there in his city. And so he's making sure something gets done. But you have to go by the proper procedures and place it in writing, sir. We need you to just go ahead and file that report. You know, have documented to cover yourself legally. Because if it ain't in writing, it what? It don't exist. All right, so what do y'all see is going down according to the content so far? Okay, do you see the officer being justified? Because we did not see the actual car accident, so I get it. There were no cameras on hand. But what we did see, or did you see this gentleman here as a victim? All right, so share your thoughts, and we can continue to do our dialogue and commentary.
He tried to hit me in my face, didn't he?
I'm gonna grab a pack.
Because when I was walking to the door with him, he tried to close the door. I'm like, why you closing the door? You ain't do nothing wrong.
I hear you.
Then he kicked me and pushed me out.
It's not.
I gotta wait 24 hours for that. Huh?
It's not fair.
Hey, More, do me a favor. I left my key, so I can't. I'll get in the door. Can you get a written statement pad, please?
Sure. It was hard trying to do it, but shit.
Any idea where the crash occurred?
He's still figuring that out, but we see damage there.
Yeah. Well, let's try to get the car out of here and get it right.
Yeah.
You need it written, you said?
Yeah, we're gonna get a written statement.
Okay. Yeah. First.
Thank you.
Get this car.
Yeah.
Front so we can get pictures.
Okay.
Do you said that you have recording on your phone? Can I see it?
Yes, him running. It was hard trying to do it, but shit.
I hear you.
Hold on, that shit crazy, man. I got this pictures, but it's just different. I'm trying to do it and chasing him, but let me see if I got anything of us flying. He's flying, he's trying to bounce on me. See, he's bouncing on me. Let's see what he does. One, he got out the highway. Did he go around and get back on? Let me see.
Did it happen on the highway?
Yeah, it happened on the highway.
So what? He tried, because if it happened on the highway, okay. No, wait. I was trying to get that exit to see what it said.
I don't know. That might have to be something again.
Go to the other one.
But it's
pause it.
So that's
pause
Kenley. I can't even do it.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Joanne, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen next. This is still a secure police lot, so we're going to pull out. We're going to take photos. We're going to take everything we need to report, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Over by Warren in McKinley. So you're traveling. You're traveling 90 east, right? Because you were.
Listen, people, this man should have a right to speak to the officer's superior. He needs to speak to the officer's supervisor because he has a personal complaint against the police who was not actually on duty. He was not on active duty at the given point in time. So, even though he ran up there to the police station, but they should guide him to speak to his superior. Inside the station, formally sit down, write a formal complaint or report, rather, and pull the video footage and go from there. It's real simple. This lady here looks like she don't know what she's doing. All right, so let's continue to jump on top of the topic, but let's get straight to the point. Line, he needs to speak to the man's supervisor. All right, to complain, make that official complaint on this off-duty cop.
Over on the west side.
Coming home to Cleveland.
Okay. Okay, so my question is, I'm trying to understand the damage part, the accident part. If you guys are going at a high rate of speed, if you tap somebody, I feel like there would be like
that wasn't happening.
Okay, it wasn't on the freeway.
It happened. Yeah, just listen. That's me chasing him after the hit.
Was he merging on the freeway then?
No, okay. I'm in the fast lane. I'm on my way home. I'm trying to get to the house. I'm on the. He's pulled up all like in my ass. He's close. I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta be a police. When I seen it, when the cop, he went around, but instead of him like getting some space, because he had hella room to just go around. I'm in the fast lane, or the farthest lane to the left. Instead of him just getting some space and go up and stand in this fucking lane, he did some little evil shit and like just
some skirt.
Not even skirt. He just whipped it over instead of just getting over, and he hit me. That's how he hit me at the end. You see, he did it like real.
I see it
at the end.
I see it.
And he hit me, so I'm like, I was like this, and I went on the shoulder a little. I didn't hit the guard or whatever, the divider or whatever it's called. But I did. I'm like, but damn, now I got to chase him. So I'm chasing. I'm trying to.
So that's the damage that was done to the front end of his car. All right. So we see that there, where the officer basically sideswiped him in his pickup truck.
Record, try not to kill myself, and you know what I'm saying? Because he's gone, and he's doing ball. That motherfucker fly.
Fast.
That motherfucker's fast.
Okay.
I don't know how I kept up with him. This car was overheating.
I smell it.
It kept saying like, "Sit down, sit down."
So listen.
Okay, but why does she keep making a big issue whether they was on the interstate, the highway, or even if they was on the main road or a residential neighborhood, residential area? What difference does it make? The incident occurred where he was sideswiped, hit by officer, and the way the man talks, he feel like the police did it intentionally, that this was done on purpose, people. That's how he's feeling, that he was targeting an attack because the officer was driving reckless, and this man he was slowing down. He refused to drive irate in front of him or beside him. So whatever led up to it, the actual incident, what difference does it make whether they were on the interstate or the highway, residential area, or in a neighborhood? The point is it happened. So I think she's keying in on the wrong subject. It doesn't really matter, on the wrong issue at hand.
Listen, we're like this officer just said, this is a secured police lot.
I don't mind leaving, but I didn't know where I was pulling up.
So you see our cruiser, my cruiser right there, that black cruiser?
Yeah.
Can you go park your car next to mine? Is that fair? I'll walk over there and we'll get this situated, okay?
Hopefully it's getting really close and it'll open up.
We'll activate it by walking up to it.
Okay. Why I gotta be so fucking cold? Shit.
Make sure it doesn't hit. What did Morley say?
Not much. So I pulled up, I was dealing with him already.
No, right just now.
Oh.
So all we got so far is we're unsure where the crash occurred. Stan's completely unaware of any impact that happened, and all he knows is he followed him in here, so he kicked him away, like, quit following me. As far as what occurred here, We have no issue.
Fortunately for this officer,
So now the officer is completely lying about it. He's unaware of the impact that actually happened or occurred or took place. But the evidence is on his car. We've just seen the dent. We just seen where his car was hit. So now the officer is denying that he himself did it. That's what's going on right now. All right. And so he got them separated to speak to them one-on-one, individually or separately, which technically they should be out there together. And the officer should speak, one officer should speak to one and the other should speak to the police so they can come to the conclusion and basically, you know, resolve the truth of what really happened. But the officer is denying it and saying that the man just followed him out the blue inside the police station and kicked him. So that doesn't even make logical sense, right, people? You know, so what do you think? What do you see? You know, we could chit chat in the comment section and continue the fact check and dialogue.
Is also brand new, which is why Brianna Molnar is the officer in charge today. But if we analyze what he just said, the officer is either A, completely oblivious and should never be promoted to detective, or B, actively conspiring to cover up the crimes of their direct supervisor. I'm not sure which option is worse. However, I find it hard to believe that any officer would genuinely think that their supervisor allowed a stranger to chase them at high speeds for several miles, follow him through a secured gate into the police station parking lot for no reason, and then wrestle with the agency's door without ever calling for backup or attempting to arrest the man himself. But I'll let you decide. Let me know which—
Exactly, lackluster. It makes no logical sense in this B. He's covering up for his supervisor. So what's going on is they should give that man, the victim, the right to speak to that officer's supervisor. But in the end, there was a price to pay.
Answer you choose in the comments. Juan now moves his vehicle out of the secured parking lot and parks next to Brianna's cruiser.
I need to drug test it. Don't y'all supposed to drug people at drug test somebody that get an accident? He need to get drug tested and alcohol, all that shit. I swear I smell some liquor on this.
We have a boss talking to him right now.
Okay? Why the boss didn't come out and talk to the victim?
Because it's 6:40 a.m. Nobody's even signed in yet.
Crazy.
We're talking with you, and we have them. Our boss is talking with him.
I want everybody. He needs to be held accountable.
If you want this checked into, we're going to have to have you fill something out for us, okay?
Look, dude, it doesn't matter what time it is. It's 6:30 a.m. It doesn't matter. We don't care about your shift, your schedule. You're a goon. As soon as you open your mouth, I can tell you're a do boy and you're a goon. Get the job done. Do your job and perform your task correctly. And get everything documented properly and in writing and pull the evidence, the footage. It's real simple. All right, so we already got a goon on the scene. Timing is irrelevant, people. They should go ahead and really have this man in the station. You know, we're not going to solve anything outside. I mean, you take pictures of the damage of the car or whatever, and after that point, we need to be in the station, getting to the bottom line of what really happened, getting to the root of it. All right, people? So if you see it that way, if you see it indifferent, let's chit-chat about it.
All right.
The rookie officer now asks Juan to write a statement detailing his allegations against Sergeant Stein.
How'd you just happen to be here, or you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came in, and at first I thought it was like mildly a joke because it was so outrageous. He's like, someone followed me in, and you had to kick him to get him off him because he wouldn't stop following him. He tried to get in the door.
And he's definitely a rookie, people. I just want to throw that in there. We're definitely looking at some rookies with no rank under their belt, policing 101. You can tell they're inexperienced. I can all day.
But there's no reported injury, and he didn't get in, and we got him out. So as far as I can tell, there's no issue.
It appears the answer to our previous question was A. His partner, however, appears to find Sergeant Stein's story suspicious.
Well, outside of, based on what he's saying.
Yeah. Oblivious. Okay, so that's what we got going on. But I say ignorant as well. Again, rookies 101, inexperienced, because this is his supervisor, right? That he has to turn in. His supervisor that committed this crime, driver's reckless, off duty, driving reckless off duty, hit somebody, hit a car, right? Fleed the scene, ran, and assaulted the victim. So you have to report your supervisor, and looks like he's a coward and in fear of doing the right thing. So we come to the conclusion, I see ignorance, and I see B, like I said the first time, trying to cover up. You're trying to cover up for him because you're a coward. But A, you're also oblivious.
As Juan continues writing his statement, Brianna Molnar calls an unidentified supervisor who appears convinced that the real issue is that Juan entered a secure police parking lot and attempted to enter a secured station. Never mind the allegations of a possible DUI, a hit and run, and an assault perpetrated by one of the supervising officers of the department. That was a mild inconvenience, as long as the videos never make it to YouTube. As such, Officer Molnar was ordered to, quote, send him on his way.
Did you call somebody?
Yeah. Send him on his way. Try to bring him to a secure building.
Yeah. And give him the CAD number for his...
All right, so now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, people. We got the crooked cops on a warpath at bay. We got the crooked cops, on the scene, at hand, unhinged, right? They're on the loose. Because now the supervisor comes and says, well, the issue is you tried to run up in the police station. All right, and send him on about his business. Send him on this way. Won't even allow the complaint, the report, not even attending. So we see it's being spiraled out of control that this officer who attacked him, his superior above him, is just as crooked and corrupted and showing what abuse of power, not concern of the public, and has no control over his employee. You got your policemen out here running wild and loose on a warpath and endangering the public instead of protecting the public, right? So that's what we have at hand. And also it's being brought up that there is suspicions that this guy believes the police is drunk. He keeps asking them to do a breathalyzer and test him, drug screen him. He's saying because the officer is showing all kinds of signs of DUI or some type of public intoxication. Okay, now if it was me and you, we would have been tested immediately. So they got to have that same conduct and behavior towards their own, who is actually held to a higher standard. So that's just a very important key factor, that the officer, he's saying, is intoxicated. He's drunk or high or both. Okay, so share your thoughts as we continue.
Cleveland report, and that's that. No, my car's in there. I don't have my work phone.
So I'm just going to close this door and taking pictures of you.
I believe the appropriate question for Brianna here is, why don't you try explaining it to him? Followed by, wouldn't you claim exigent circumstances if the roles were reversed?
So basically they're trying to come up with how to tell him in a professional or polite way that they're not going to do nothing about it. They've been commanded or ordered is the word I'm looking for. They've been ordered by their superior or the high ranking above this officers, their supervisor, in other words, to send them home. And they're not going to do anything about it. So they're trying to figure it out, come up with some kind of bogus lies and conclusion. Instead of standing up for what's right and doing the right thing to get the job done and get this man some justice.
Imagine yourself sideswiping a police officer and then fleeing, triggering a police chase that exceeds 100 miles per hour and lasts more than 10 minutes. Then, when you finally stop, you escape into your home by pushing and kicking an officer at your front door. Now, as you stand trial for hit and run, fleeing and evading, and assault and battery, your only argument is that none of the charges are valid because the real issue is that the police followed you inside your home. With that in mind, my third question would be, sounds pretty stupid, doesn't it, Officer Molnar?
Nice. He's not fully calm, but I'm gonna tell him pretty much that, hey man, it could have been a simple accident that you just called later, and you pretty much escalated.
I didn't want him to just get the fuck out. Why are we even still talking?
And all this time has went by, people. All this time. They've been out there all morning long. And they still have not pulled the video footage. They still have not pulled the camera. I'm sure privately they've seen the camera. And they've seen that officer attack this man who was trying to go inside the station to file the complaint, to get a superintendent on scene, right? But what do? He blocks the man from going inside the station, period. After he attacks him and assaults him, and none of the body cam is addressed. They still have not pulled it and showed the man that, hey, we've seen where the officer physically attacked you when you was trying to come inside the station. No, it's abuse of power. And they're trying to find a way to legally tell lies, cover their own tail, and send them home. All right, so what do you see? Share your thoughts, Make sure you smash that like button as you enter into the building. We are in the state of Ohio on tonight.
I'm going to grab the CAT number real quick. Yeah. So at least we can send away with something.
Respectfully, this could have been a simple just accident. Hold on, just real quick, just hear me out, right? Where you could have maybe followed enough where you got a plate and then just let the insurance handle it, right? You would have just called the police, reported. God forbid you follow someone who, not a cop, crazy person, gunned, and then just, what I'm saying? Like, it didn't have to get to this point, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, you're not making any sense. You're not making any sense. He did call the police. Remember, he dialed 911 technically. But when the man ran from him, he followed him. Where did the man run to? The police station, because he is a police officer. And so now he's trying to go in the station to make a report. And you're saying, let's just cover this up, sweep it under the rug, report it to your insurance, file the complaint to them, and call a separate officer out on the scene to do a basic report to give to your insurance company so you can be compensated by them. No, the rights were violated, a crime was committed, and he was attacked. So do your job, buddy. Or let's see if you end up paying up.
I get it. It's frustrating. Someone just hits you and they're trying to take off, not trying to stop.
I kind of got the plate, but it was blurry.
Yeah.
Then when I'm looking at it on the thing, I'm like, that shit look.
Yeah.
But it actually is.
It is. It is.
I didn't even know. And I really was just trying to hope the motherfucker eventually stop and get some cops. I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
I'm telling them I'm mad. They like, well, they're not going to chase y'all. Are you threatening him? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking mad. Why can't you just switch me to another dispatch to help me to get a cop?
Yeah.
He's flying like, man, motherfucker's flying through lights. It's crazy to find out this dude is a cop because he just did.
Man, at this point, you need to go to internal affairs. Go to internal affairs. Speak to his superior, the officer superior, file a complaint, and go to internal affairs. At this point, you got to go through the chain of command and go above their head. That's the only way to get your due process going, to get it started, and your due justice.
Just put everybody else in danger. Everybody. I'm talking about some of the shit he was doing. I'm like, well, damn.
Just gonna make it simple. Have him tell where it occurred and let them tell him where he needs to go.
Yeah. He's really concerned about everything else that follows him.
No.
We need to make sure we address it in some way where he's going to leave out of here without, escalating it again.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Do you have something formulated?
I do. I can.
Oh, if you got something, yeah, I'll handle this part of it. And if you already have something.
So, people, what do you see? What do you think? Do you feel that the officers are they doing their job correctly by sending him on his way? Do you think they should take him in a station to address the issue, sit him down and the officer down and get to the root of what happened? Pull the body cam, the footage, which is evidence and proof. What we don't have is evidence and proof of the actual accident, right? But you do what? You properly investigate to see if there were any eyewitnesses, anybody saw anything, right? Like they would do anybody else. But because it's their own police officer, do you not see a difference in their behavior? Do you not see them covering up? Do you not see some form of corruption and abuse of power? Because that's what's being displayed in the moment right now. So share your thoughts and continue to chit chat with me in the comments.
I mean, I think ultimately his frustration is him thinking that we're picking sides kind of thing. So I think if you explain to him in any situation where there's a simple assault, he's claiming assault pretty much, that all we can do when there's no physical evidence, right? There's no damage, he's not hurt, whatever. We have to do our investigations.
I already said this.
Let's back, people. There's no physical evidence, but we saw the damage to his vehicle. We see the damage of the side swipe, right? Remember, we saw that earlier. On the front end of the side, of the passenger side or the left side of his car. So that the damage and the evidence is right there in your face, but there's no proof. There's no evidence. Oh, so it's his word against the other officers, right? Is that what you're saying? Come on, people. It's so close in your face, you can't even see it.
It's going to take a while to get these cameras. So we'll have to take what he has to say, go to cameras, get back to him.
So I think if we just reassure him on that, hopefully that suffices.
You got another one over there?
It was an accident that occurred, an actual accident. Okay. I'm sorry, there was another accident that occurred on top in our jurisdiction that we had to take care of that was called in.
After writing his complaint, Officer Molnar explains the process to Juan.
Emotions were high. This is getting resolved. We're taking your complaint, okay? We still have. Yes, so charges don't happen right away, okay? They don't happen right away. We still have to write our initial report, okay? And it has to be forwarded to a supervisor. From there, the supervisor.
Yes.
You'll have a business card. You can have my business card.
Yeah, he's got mine too.
That's okay. And then this one's mine.
So that's a lie. The charges don't happen right away. You can arrest immediately. If it was me or you, drunk, driving reckless, endangering other people's lives on the highway, on the interstate, we would be arrested on the spot, on the scene. Correct? So we know that's lie number one. But what you have not did was prove to him that you saw the officer attack him through the video footage. The video footage is the key. That's your evidence of nothing else but the actual assault until you continue the investigation of the accident. All right? So we already see that they're making up laws. They're telling them lies in a nutshell, false information, and whatever to basically get rid of him. So share your thoughts in the comment section. I will be glad to hear from you. You're more than welcome to jump on in and join me and tell me, what do you see? Are they violating this man's rights? Or are they protecting and serving the public as they were sworn into duty to do so? All right. Glad to have you on this evening. Make sure you smash that thumbs up, that like button, and I will greatly appreciate your support.
So we still have to type it up as is. What occurred, everything, word for word, with your statement. Okay? That has to be forwarded to a supervisor. That's way above our authority.
Officer Brennan Stuhl wrote the complaint, and Officer Brianna Molnar reviewed it. The entire complaint was not word for word what Juan said. Instead, it was 2 sentences stating that Juan followed an officer into the department, complained about an accident, and he was told to go to the appropriate agency. Officer Molnar's demeanor doesn't scream trustworthy, so Juan waited about 2 hours to speak with the chief of police, and finally met up with him in the lobby of the police station.
He's still not in this. But it's the guy want to make sure you guys file the right report noise.
All right, y'all. So now we're finally in the lobby. We're finally inside the station. They've been out there all morning for the past 4-5 hours. And he finally had to fight the police, literally, get attacked and assaulted to even enter into the police station. Listen, people, everybody have a free right as an adult, as a citizen, as a taxpayer, as a human being to go in the police station and speak to the police anytime it's pertaining to a problem or issue. But now in this scenario, he has an issue with a police officer who sideswiped him, hit him, and ran. So it was a hit and run on the interstate, on the highway. Sideswiped him, damaged his car, hit him and ran. And he said he believes that the officer is drunk, under the influence, DUI, and he kept begging. Once he got there, the other officers got out there outside to talk to him. He kept begging them, y'all breathalyze him, test him, give him the breathalyzer, test him, drug screen him, because I believe he's intoxicated or he's drunk. He was driving so reckless and his behavior has been very irate. Now, if it was me or you, we would have been tested immediately, right? Probable cause, correct? So we're finally inside the station, and let's see what goes down from here.
So what are you thinking, Wesley? Is it possible it was Wesley? Okay. I just got on the highway. He was all in my eyes. He was about to go around. Instead of him just clearing me, he fucking sides on. Okay. So if you didn't know what he running, if you're a cop, you just stood out and said, "No front section." So that's that goes to nothing. Okay. Come on, man. You know what happened. Okay. You almost fucking killed me. You could have killed other people, probably on the other side of the street, left lane, school district. I'll tell you something from that highway. And then we got on another highway, and then it came. I'll tell you something like 10 minutes. Okay. So that's he's okay. Well, let's try to figure out exactly where. What do you think that's Rocker here? Yeah, I'm pretty. If it ain't Rocker, it's like on the border of West Lake and Rocker. I'm about to try to figure it out because that ain't cool. Okay. So you told him to go leave the report now after he gets ran from it.
So it sounds like to me, people, they got mad because this man chased the officer. All he knows is he's driving in his car on the highway. Somebody driving irate hit him and kept going. So he chases behind him so he can catch that license tag, get the license plate info, so he can, file the report and file the complaint with his insurance, right? So it sounds like they mad and feeling some type of way because he chased the officer, which he didn't even know he was an officer. He wasn't clear because this officer is off duty. He wasn't in the police car. He wasn't in the patrol car with any sirens. And he didn't even have a police uniform on. So he's looking at it like this is the average person. And actually, he did dial 911, he said. But when he followed the man goes inside the police station and like through the back doorway, as we saw on the body cam, on the footage, camera footage. And so that's how he discovers he's actually an officer. All right. So they're mad and they're just trying to cover up behind their own deviant behavior.
Yeah, because you're insisting that he hit you, right? My officers went out there when this happened and said that there maybe was some damage on their car. And his car. And so then he's fucking hit other than my car plate. Pardon? My car color on his black shirt. Yeah. That you just did. Yeah. So what you about to go say? He wasn't an accident. That's what you talking about, right? He's claiming he didn't know he hit you. Ain't no fucking way. So if you ain't know what's going on 120 through the street.
So question. All right, we're fact checking tonight. He's claiming he did not know he hit this man. He sideswiped him. So what you running for? Why did you run in the station when the man came to you and said, "Officer, I need to speak to you"? Why is you telling him to go on and you trying to run in the station and slam the door in his face and to the point you ran up on him and y'all get the fight? You actually assaulted this man. You threw the first lick, and really he didn't fight you back, but there was physical contact or a physical altercation. So if you was unaware, let's just think clearly, logically for a minute, people. Why are you running? What you running for? All right. So first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me.
So now let's say, y'all gonna take the camera for that? Pardon? Is y'all gonna take the camera for that or anything? Because he just could have killed anybody. Or just because he's a cop. I mean, no, that's why you're that's like the term. See, he was up there stuff. He was running red lights going on this side of the street, about to kill everybody because he's trying to get. And you got video of this. Yeah, let's give a question to wherever we determine this is going to be. That's cool. That's the way to let them do the investigation. You don't want us to investigate our own police officer. I heard y'all about to investigate this motherfucker hit me. Unless y'all gonna put me in the room and let us work together. I'm still with that. Okay, well, y'all need to be investigating on the camera because when I walk, I'm just we're working on it. That was some bullshit. Shouldn't have put it. He could just thought, I'm a cop. Go to the fucking front. And I did it once he said that. But no, he tried to walk in. What the fuck to do? He kind of used. But then when he gets to the door, he tried to just close the room. Yeah. Well, that's stupid. So come on, man. You did it. You go back. You went past the gate. Then you tried to go through a door that was. Yeah. Honestly, when I was chasing him or trying to figure out, he kind of lost him. So I backed up and I wound up seeing him turn. He made a left. Then he turned. I caught his back. I never been over him before in my life. I didn't know this was a police station. So I honestly, when I looked through the gate, I was kind of looking like, you a fucking cop? Everybody else wanna say, you a cop? I'm just, the fuck is you doing? This is the second cop that hit me in that personal car and ran. I got another video of the Cleveland police at me. So I was just like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I didn't even think about it being like private or secluded or anything. It happened so fucking fast and got the moment. Yeah. But it still would have been like, fucking reporting on it. I can't get for the person said that. I mean, that's what the person is. But no, something else gonna come in. I don't know where that is. Honestly, I was just fucking pissed. And trying to go over there and tell hopefully you or somebody else to dude just hit me in the arms. And then he don't make it. Man, what's going to still be the fuck over? Okay. Again, go to West Lake Rock River. Let's figure that out. So I'm just going to get a picture of this license plate. I don't have a total of that. I'll get you that before you leave here. I'll get you a license plate on. Okay. I won't give you a picture. I'll write it down. I know.
All right, my thing is that we've already been through this, right? And that's what a police report is for. You put it all in writing, okay? So they're having a conversation. Let's see where it continues to go.
And you need to be held accountable. That shit ain't cool. This is the second cop that hit me. Westland PD will price the department that holds him accountable. No, they be held accountable for assaulting me. Because if I saw him on him, I'd be back here with you already.
We haven't even had an opportunity to take a look at what happened here yet.
I'm talking about what happened. It happened here. So yeah, and I'm telling you, went to two secure locations. That's what he ran and got to us. He tried to be secure. He thought he got away with that fucking gate said. If I didn't know the police station, I might not have pulled in it. But the gate said so I pulled in. But you went into a gate.
No, sir. You did right. You should have pulled into the police station. Go inside and file a complaint. Get his superior. That's exactly what you needed to do. Get his superior, since he refused to speak with you, and get his superintendent involved to file the actual complaint.
Yeah, once I let him get him, and then he swiped his card to get into the door. He ain't swiped no door. Well, he did, because you can't get in the door. I see this like shit. He ain't had no bathroom. When I got up and confronted him, since you talking about acknowledgement of what they did, when I got out the car, he parked right behind me. He got to say, dude, what are you talking about? Somebody that's following somebody that he must say, dude, what are you talking about? For one. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different situation. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You want me to protect myself? That's a whole different situation. Hey, you a cop? Come on, man. Hey, I'm not arguing with you on that point. I'm not gonna argue. So make sure he's sure. And that's not cool. Y'all need to be trying to person that bitch. You want something with him because he just did that stupid ass shit. What if he killed me? He wouldn't have came to work. I said shit to you. Okay, y'all just found out it was an accident. You got Wesley's phone number, right? Make your report. Maybe for that. What if he would have killed me?
No, you need to do your job, sir, and go discipline and correct your boy that's out here out of control on active duty or non-active duty. Go check your officer, sir, and correct his behavior. That's what we got going on in the moment. All right, y'all. So we're gonna kind of go a little bit down and let's see how this turned out in the end.
Imagine being able to build anything just by
Give me
thinking
one
about
second.
it. Meet Base 44.
You skip the ad.
Important to reiterate that the prosecutor ignored the fact that Paul Stein had committed 2 misdemeanors and refused to even charge him. Instead, he was being prosecuted for 2 minor traffic infractions. The Brooklyn Police Department followed suit, refusing to reprimand Paul Stein for the hit and run, reckless driving, or assault. And once Juan found out that news, he hired an attorney.
Wyckoff retained attorneys Keith Hansbrough and Anthony Jordan. They feel Stein should face criminal charges for what he did.
I don't think he should be a police officer.
This is the lawsuit Juan Wyckoff filed against the city of Brooklyn, its police chief, and 5 officers. The lawsuit alleges police ignored red flags about Stein's behavior for years. A 2023 performance review commended Stein for reducing the number of citizen complaints against him. The lawsuit also says Chief Milkey violated Wyckoff's rights when he told Wyckoff what he would do if Wyckoff followed him.
I can tell you, if I would have handled it, she would have got, I would have pulled my gun out.
The chief resigned 2 days after Wyckoff filed the lawsuit.
Stop. Booyah. The officer committed two misdemeanors, 2 charges, hit and run. There was another charge that followed. I keep telling you people, this is a pattern. These are not people that start this overnight. He had a history, he had a pattern, all right? They said with other victims, other people, okay, on the scene, right? And complaints in his jacket. So now he went through internal affairs, the proper chain of command, and got himself an attorney. And now it's hit the local Brooklyn City there in Ohio news.
Stein was hidden inside the building. They turned off their cameras. They didn't drug test him. They didn't alcohol test him. They were helping Stein flee the scene of an accident. Here you had the victim of a crime saying, I could smell it on him. And they discarded it. They didn't help him. This was an incident where there was police brutality captured on camera with the actions of the police officer, including the chief of police, acting to cover those up and facilitate the crimes. We're very glad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm here for on tonight. Because if it was me or you, we would have been tested immediately. As I stated earlier, we would have been breathalyzed, drug tested, whatever, blood pulled, whatever, hair sample, mouth swab, walk the line, whatever, immediately. We would have been charged immediately, a hit and run, endangerment of the people, right? And so on and so forth. But they hid the body count. I kept explaining. I knew when the goon first came out on the scene, oh, it takes over 24 hours to pull the body count. I knew they was covering up. We already see the pattern. And then when the captain or lieutenant, this officer's superior arrived, it was send him home. Send him home. In other words, the victim, you know. Let them file a report and go on back. So they were all in cahoots together, as we know, folks. As we know, they think they're above the law with a badge. But no, sir, you have to abide as well as we do.
Glad Chief Milkey is gone, but it's too little too late. When they see a crime or a problem, they have a duty to intervene. He struck Mr. Wyckoff, a private citizen, several times. That is excessive force. That is police brutality.
The way it's being handled is making it even more egregious rather than taking responsibility right off the rip.
And what's really bad about it is not only what they did, but how badly they're lying about it after the fact and thumbing their nose at both Juan and also the general public. That's not safe. If it happened to Mr. Wyckoff, it could happen to me. It could happen to one of my kids. They tolerated Stein's misconduct for years. They encouraged it. They didn't supervise. They didn't discipline. They didn't train.
For a short while, it looked like Paul Stein would get away scot-free. But shortly after this incident, Paul Stein found himself yet again in the midst of an even bigger controversy.
A woman breaking her silence after a police sergeant punched her in the face while she was handcuffed.
On September 4th, police arrested the woman on an outstanding warrant for aggravated menacing. They say she was belligerent and uncooperative with officers.
We're going in there one way or another. Okay? Okay. All right, come on. Oh my God.
Video shows 7 officers immediately surround her when she arrives. They strap her ankles to a restraint chair. Her hands are already cuffed behind her back. Meanwhile, Stein is standing over her, keeping her shoulders pinned back.
The police officers strapped me to a chair and held me down while one large police officer crushed my feet with his boots.
Get off my foot now. Get off my foot now.
I was in a lot of pain and I did not have shoes on.
You're hurting me. Get off my feet.
But when Stein doesn't budge, she spits in his face. That's when video shows the sergeant delivering a series of punches to her head. Police documented her bruises. She now plans to sue both the police department and Paul Stein.
Oh, wow. So he ended up getting another charge on a whole different separate incident issue. Again, y'all, these people on demon time. It's a pattern. I'm here to shine the light of truth, justice, and equality, where we have this corrupt behavior and abuse of powers to divide and conquer, to keep us oppressed and suppressed. Okay? So, like I said, it's always a history, people. Let's check the jacket. All right, share your thoughts as you enter and join on this evening's topic.
Necessary to step on her bare feet with his 250 pounds of weight in his boots to crush her for 3 minutes while she was screaming in pain, and no one did anything. They let it happen.
Would you say that he provoked this?
I think he has a duty to de-escalate, and not only did Paul Stein fail that duty, he actually escalated the situation.
The police chief investigated and terminated Stein. In February, a special prosecutor charged him with misdemeanor assault. Stein has since pleaded not guilty.
You think he should have been charged with something more serious?
A felony.
Can I ask you a question? No?
Well, thanks. The veteran officer was later fired. Both he and his attorney refused to talk.
I'd like to ask you a question about your case.
Well, I'd like not to answer your question. Thanks.
Okay. Why did you hit this woman in the face so many times?
And this is the goon here that was finally terminated, violating people's constitutional amendment rights. And after a history and a pattern, and the Supreme Court and superiors had to get involved. Lawsuits had to be filed. Actions finally took place about it.
Okay. This conversation is done. I'm not going to give you any more answers.
Can I ask you a question? No comment. No comment.
Okay. Shortly after, Paul Stein pleaded no contest to his new charges.
Paul Stein pled no contest in Parma Municipal Court today.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the victim in this case? Former Brooklyn Police Sergeant Paul Stein turned away from our camera when we asked for a comment. Anything you'd like to say about your plea? But he faced the music in Parma Municipal Court today.
I'm going to ask you at this time, what is your plea to this charge?
No contest.
Stein pled no contest to a charge of first-degree misdemeanor assault.
5 punches in 5 seconds, and a police officer who made one very bad decision.
I struggle with this because I did, Mr. Antonio. I asked myself, what would I have done?
Former Brooklyn Police Sergeant Paul Stein.
And this is not his first rodeo, people, again. This is what he does. And they keep enabling him by covering it up, right? And so finally, he's been put on blast.
And receiving the maximum sentence for misdemeanor assault, 180 days in jail with 90 suspended. Judge O'Donnell finding him guilty for punching a woman last September. Before sentencing, Stein expressed remorse, saying he
should none of it been suspended. He should have did every bit of them 180 days. And actually, that was mercy. He deserved more than that. Because again, if the rules apply to us, they apply to all. Correct? The rules apply to all. No one's above the law. So the badge, you are held to honor that law, right? You're sworn into duty. That's what the badge represents, and to at its highest regards, respect the law, enforce it, right? And set the example.
Regrets what he did. His attorney asked the judge for leniency, saying his client has already lost his career and is now working as a plumber.
For someone like Paul Stein, this is the most, and this isn't poor Paul Stein Day, but it's a reality, the most difficult day in his life.
The special prosecutor delivered a victim statement that she wanted him to read before the court. She said she was too traumatized to show up and face her attacker.
I will feel fear every time I encounter a police officer in my daily life because of what Officer Stein did to me.
The Brooklyn Police Department has declined to comment on this case. Now the former officer is the one on the wrong side of the law. When Stein is released from jail, he'll be on probation for 24 months. The woman in our story has hired an attorney and plans to sue both Stein and the Brooklyn Police Department.
At the time of this video's publication, the disgraced ex-officer Paul Stein is about halfway through his jail sentence. He's expected to be released in September of 2026. From there, he'll have to complete his probation. Juan and the other victim that put Paul Stein in jail have both filed lawsuits, but it will likely take many years before we hear the result from either case. As always, if I hear something about either lawsuit, I'll be sure to let you know.
All right, people. So I'm here to rise and shine above police brutality. Okay, so share your thoughts. I am glad to have you joining in with me on this evening. All right, let's continue to speak truth to the power, rise above the occasion, and as always, conquer police brutality. I'm your host, School for Justice, and until next time, fam, peace.
You know who made